Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Umi Junaidah Hashim, accounting lecturer from School of Accountancy, University Sultan Zainal Abidin. Today, we will continue on accounting equation. In this chapter, we want to achieve the following learning objectives, which are: define and identify each component in accounting equation and examine the effect of transactions on accounting equation. Now, we found an equation. What's the equation about? It is an accounting equation. Accounting equation consists of three components, which are assets, liability, and equity. I'm sure that these terms are quite new for you. We will look further what are them one by one later. The equation reflects two basic aspects of a company: what it owns and what it owes. We'll look first on assets. Assets are resources owned or controlled by a company. These resources are expected to yield or to give future benefits to the company or business. Examples of the asset are as follows: office equipment, computer, cash, crane, motor vehicles, furniture, building, and others. Liabilities. Liabilities are creditors' claim on assets. These claims reflect company obligations to provide assets, products, or service to others. The term payables refer to a liability. Example of the liabilities are as follows: tax payable to the government, debt to supplier or creditor, loans from bank, and others. Owner equity. Equity is the owner's claim on asset. Equity is equals to assets minus liability. This is the reason equity is also called as net assets or residual equity. Examples of the equity such as capital contributed by the owner. In sole proprietorship business, owner equity can be divided into four components, which are capital, drawings, revenues, and expenditure. Capital is owner investment in a business, either cash or other types of assets. Drawing occurs when owner withdraw cash or other assets, it could be inventory during the accounting period. Revenue. Revenues are income resulting from business operation, such as from activities of sales, rental received, dividend received, and others. And the last one, expenses. Expenses are costs incurred for purpose of getting revenue. Example of expenses are salary, rental, advertisement, maintenance costs, and others. Transaction analysis of accounting equation. Business activity can be described in terms of transactions and events. Transaction or events refer to occurrences that affect accounting equations and are reliably measured. The accounting equation must remain in balance after each transaction occurred. We're going to analyze the first transaction where Muhammad, the owner, contributes 30,000 ringgit cash to get his business started. First, we have to identify the assets, liability, or equity accounts involved in this transaction. We can see that the cash account increased by 30,000 ringgit and the capital increased by 30,000 ringgit too. You can see how the books of Muhammad's business look like after we analyze this transaction. The accounting equation is remain in balance. Assets are equal to liabilities plus equity. The next example, example 2. The business transactions, which is the owner took 100 ringgit cash from the business for personal use. First, we have to identify the assets, liability or equity accounts involved in this transaction. We can see that the cash account decreased by 100 ringgit and the capital decreased by 100 ringgit too. The accounting equation is remained in balance. Next example, example number 3. The business transactions is the business bought office equipment amounting Rm 2,000 ringgit on credit. Thus, the effect is assets, which is office equipment, increased by 2,000 ringgit, and the liability account, which is the account payable, increased by 2,000 ringgit too. And we can see that the accounting equation is remain in balance. We continue with example 4, where the business received 5,000 ringgit cash from customer to settle his account receivable. Thus, the effect is assets, which is account receivable, decreased by 5,000 ringgit, and the asset account cash increased by 5,000 ringgit too. Then the accounting equation is remain in balance. I hope you get some idea on accounting equation. So that's all for today's session. See you again. Thank you.